What's going on, legends, and welcome back to the vlog. Today we got a full day of eating and a full day of training going down. I know it's been a bit. We're going to show you tips, tricks, and training hacks throughout this video during my 2 sessions. Then I'm going to also show you how I'm building my online coaching business in my social media platform. So a ton of value coming at you in today's video. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the vlog. So right now we got our eggs from Vital Farms and our Kerrygold butter. 4 whole eggs. Absolutely amazing meal to start off the day. And then if you want some extra protein, you can go with some Pete and Jerry's organic egg whites. These things are fire. 5 grams of protein per 3 tablespoons. Extra protein, you can literally get 7, 14, 21, 28, 38 to 48 grams of protein in your breakfast just by doing 4 whole eggs and 3, 6, 9, 12, quick math, tablespoons of these egg whites. One thing that I've been doing a lot lately is doing mobility while my eggs cook or while I'm waiting around. I'm also measuring my grip here for my dynamometer. Basically what this does is just signals whether you're ready or not, if your nervous system is primed. If you track the data over a course of like 3 times a week for a year, you'll notice that you're improving. What gets measured gets approved. You can literally just put a lax ball on the ground while you're making your eggs, roll it around your feet, get your plantar fascia ready, especially if you're gonna go on a run or something after you eat or whatever, you're recovering from a run. Then do some neck mobility, some quad mobility. We want to habit stack, right? So we're cooking our high nutrient dense breakfast and then we can get our mobility in. Because what happens is people just try to bulk, they put it all in different spots and that's when they start to get chaotic with their time and they can't fit it in. So mobility while your eggs cook. Most people are just waiting for their breakfast to cook anyway. So instead of sitting on your phone, do some mobility and get it done. Pretty much the 3 things that I recommend for any type of mobility and stability work is this band right here, this band right here. It's the Rogue Monster band, just the red one, and then a lax ball. So what we can do, I'm gonna take my socks off actually. So you literally get out in the grass, touch some grass. Can you see me? You get outside in the grass, you touch some grass, get some earthing in. It's good to just connect to the soil and it relaxes you, and it may seem eyewash, it may seem stupid, but it does work tremendously. You can do some balance work just like this. Not many people are doing balance work, right? Once you get to the age of like 25, most people can't do a lot of things when it comes to balance. You do not want to lose this, especially as you turn 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. You want to be a savage, so you want to be able to hammer these ranges of motion and dominate, okay? Then you can literally take the band in the morning. And what I do, I come out here, get morning sunlight because sunlight's key for regulating your circadian rhythms, and I do some bicep curls, okay? This just gets my body going. It's definitely not for show. And then we do some overhead press work like this, and it activates the nervous system. This stuff literally takes minutes and goes a hell of a long way. Then you can come over here, find a spot in your fence or find a spot somewhere and do some rows, okay? It's not that difficult. You just need to take the small steps to make your body feel right in the morning. It's funny, all that stuff in isolation may seem weird, but it's the stuff, and I keep saying it, it's the weird stuff that makes you better and makes you win, right? Every single person that you know that's a normie or a normal person, they literally are all gonna say that that's eyewash and stupid. But look at the results that they get and how they choose to not do things that are different and outside the norm. Every single action they take for the rest of their lives, and that's why they end up where they are. If that's what they want, that's great, that's awesome. But it's the people that say you're weird and you put you down. But a lot of the reason that people will shun that is because they're jealous inside that they can't take the bold decisions that you make to get to you where you want to go, right? And it's not about doing the stuff outside, it's about doing the things that are different in every aspect of your life. Starting the business, making the social media post, asking the big question to your boss, doing a multitude of different things that most people are not gonna do. So they're gonna think everything that's not even keel is going to be odd. So you do weird things like that, you're gonna be able to have success in all aspects of your life. How you do anything is how you do everything. And if you continue to relay that motto to yourself every single day, you're going to get to where you want to go. So do those big things, guys. And now we are going to have my 12 ounces of Yukon Gold potatoes, my eggs, my yogurt, and my blueberries. So now we are making our supplements for session number 1, which is a zone 2 deload session. What I've been doing is a lot of mixed AMRAPs in zone 2 to build my overall volume and my engine. So what I've been doing is like 3 sets, 5-minute zone 2, then a 6-minute AMRAP of dumbbell hang clean and jerks, box jump overs, and jump ropes. So the reason that I'm trying to accumulate that volume is I'm trying to like just build a serious aerobic engine, which I do not have. Like, I'm not able to perform like a lot of these other CrossFitters at high volume and like low body weight type stuff. I just blow up. So I'm trying to build a massive base, and that's what me and my coach are doing to get to where I need to go. And yes, I have a coach. I believe every single person should have a coach. I literally have 4 coaches: mindset, business, nutrition, and CrossFit. And the reason that I have coaches in my life is because we all have these, we don't know what we don't know, right? And we have these subconscious biases in our lives that we don't necessarily see. So everyone needs an objective lens. And then I apply from what I get to my coaches to my athletes and my guys. And I develop them with nutrition, training, mindset, and performance. So you gotta have a coach in your life if you wanna level up. Most people stay like this, you wanna go to that next level. But yeah, we are doing zone 2 this morning, and we are taking my pre-workout and my cluster dextrin. And I will say this time and time again, you need to work on your weaknesses and not just your strengths, and that's how you become an absolute specimen, right? I can deadlift 700 pounds, I can squat 550, clean 385, do all that. I can continue to keep getting those numbers up and up, but what does it do for me, especially in the sport of CrossFit, right? Through the mid-90s fastball, verted 48 inches, but now I need to have a new challenge of getting better at this endurance thing, and I'm not that great at it. And it's a challenge, but it's only gonna make the story that much better, right? I got a lot of people out there that say all these negative things about, oh, his endurance is shit, And I just say, just wait, just watch. I'm putting that out there on the internet right now because I don't give a shit, right? I used to suck at baseball, went from mid-70s to mid-90s. I used to be weak as shit, weighed 140 pounds, same thing. I used to be broke, used to have no social media following. All of it happens by embracing the suck, staying in the day, and compounding every single day and making things happen. So don't just prioritize the things you're good at, prioritize the things you suck at, and that will just make you so much more well-rounded. We're gonna pack this all up and head to session 1. 40 minutes of zone 2 done and dusted. Kept the bike around 55, 56, which is definitely up on the cadence from what I've been in the past. Usually I sit around like 52, 53. So 55, 56 at 145 to 153 heart rate is absolutely perfect and exactly what I want to do. And then in terms of other work that we're doing in the morning, we're doing a little bit of back stuff, a little tissue work, and a little kettlebell stuff, which I'm gonna show you right here, just to kind of like free up the back. So many of you have banged up backs because you're not doing the right things in order to take care of it. You're just guessing, throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. These 2 things right here will go a tremendous way and help you greatly. The number one thing that I do that not many people do, and it's just super important, is just get the lax ball into the glute med and the QL. So what happens with the glute med is it starts to get calcified, the tissue gets gritty, and then it pulls the QL to end range. The QL is the muscle in your back next to your erector spinae, right? That doesn't matter as much, but what we need to do is hammer that glute med and that QL, and that will free it up because those muscles get so tense, and that's how we have back pain. If you just focus on literally putting this lax ball right in here into your glute med for 30 seconds before your leg days, before every session really, you are going to feel like $1,000,000. Same thing with the QL, okay? Just do that and you will have way less pain when you are squatting, deadlifting, cleaning, whatever. So we just got back from the gym and session 1's done. We had some calls, and now I kind of want to go over this framework and that I see so many people fall victim to countless times, over and over and over again. It's why they never succeed at many things, right? So we all start our journey with this excitement. Oh, we're excited to get into this workout routine. We're excited to start this business. We're excited to do anything, right? We're so excited. And you go through this period of, oh, you just have so much motivation. Like, oh, Drew, how do you have so much motivation? Well, motivation comes and goes, okay? So this is what it looks like. It's here you go, you spike up. You're 1 week in and you're like, holy shit, this is harder than I thought. So then most people are like, they go down. They start to lose motivation because it's not as easy. They don't have that mindset to keep them going, right? So it's this cycle of going down, okay? A lot of times when people watch videos of, I don't know, like specific reels, etc., they get excited for a day or two. And I start to think to myself, why can't people have that excitement all the time? And it's because they don't have these three things, right? They don't have systems, an unbreakable mind, and delayed gratification, which we'll get into. But what happens is they come here, they lose motivation, and then they quit, and then they make excuses for like a few months, then they'll restart. And they'll go in this constant loop for the rest of their lives. And that's why they never get anything they want, because they think things take this amount of time when they could take a decade. So you need to delay gratification as long as possible. Then the ones that win, they lose motivation, but they understand that it's not motivation, it's discipline and consistency that gets you to where you need to go. So they stay the course and they ebb and flow all the way to the top, right? That needs to be you. And stop going in this hamster wheel. Stop quitting everything that you do because it gets hard. Everyone sucks at things when they first start, and they're gonna suck for a year or two. No one knows what they're doing. But the ones that have that absolute dog in them, like you do, go down, they lose that motivation, but they stay the course and go up. So here's why systems with your finances, nutrition, and training are so important, right? So with your nutrition, you're not gonna stay on track unless you track the data. That's why it's so important to have a coach or someone in your life, or MyFitnessPal, or anyone that gives you your macros every single day. You follow those systems whether you like it or not, and you will achieve your dream physique, whether that's gaining more muscle, losing weight, maintaining body comp, etc. But it's not gonna happen if you lose motivation after 2 days and don't track. Same thing with training. People always say, oh, I want a coach, I want this and that, and then they don't realize, oh shit, I have to put in the work to get to where I wanna go. Yes, you follow the systems and you stack wins every single day, and that's how you get to where you wanna go. Same with the finances. Say you have a sales job, or say you have a job in, I don't even know, another job in the military, you wanna work your way up. You have to follow the certain systems in order to level up to get to where you wanna go. You can't just coast through and expect incredible results with mediocre effort. So you need to have your systems locked in to withstand this circle and stay the course to go that way. Unbreakable mind. There are gonna be so many people that doubt you on your journey to success. So many people, and no one's gonna really get it. That's why you need to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, like I do with the guys I work with. We have our school community, we talk about training, mindset, nutrition, because if you don't have that reference group, then you aren't gonna have anyone to confirm your biases that you standing out is the right thing to do, right? Because most normal people want to do normal things, and they will pull you back when they see you doing incredible type things. Everyone's gonna suck at first, and it's very easy to judge you because you haven't earned anything, right? But this is where you need to stay the course and continue to build and have that unbreakable mind. And when people say, ha ha, Drew, you can't do it, you say, no, I can. No, I can do it. And you continue to repattern that into your mind, and you will succeed at great lengths. You just can't quit. If you don't quit, you can't lose. And the next piece of advice is delayed gratification. I've been doing delayed gratification for a decade. Instead of taking the instant satisfaction in the moment, like going out, partying, boozing it out, going out and doing crazy things, spending all your money, you delay that gratification. You invest it in the right things, whether that be coaching, nutrition, books, etc. It's not flashy, but it's going to level you up in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and everyone else that spent money on bullshit, they're gonna be regretting their instant gratification mistakes when you're living an abundant, freedom-filled life. This person doesn't do any of this. This person does all of this. And it's still gonna be difficult. You're still not gonna wanna do it all the time, but you have to. Every single day you wake up, you win, you compound small wins every single day, and you stay in the day, and you will get to levels that you've never thought possible if you just follow the path. Now, the reason I'm so passionate about talking about this stuff is because I was once that kid that didn't have the physical strength, didn't have the finances, didn't have the social media, didn't have any idea about anything. And it's relatable to so many people. And a lot of top fitness or gurus out in the market kind of act like they've always been there. But I'm trying to explain to you that it's not easy to get to the top. It takes hard work, and it's so much sacrifice, so much grind, and it's an absolute mental battle. You have to be willing to endure some serious pain to get to where you want to go, but it's so worth it, right? And just take it from me. I came from this dude that literally was physically just a joke, had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and I've grown into something that a couple years ago I thought would have been unimaginable. So you have to understand that it just takes a long time. The only thing that you can control is your ability to not quit, okay? That's key, absolutely key. Heating up the bison and rice right now, then we're gonna slug that down and take our subs. I figured I'd show you guys this just because why not? And it's the same thing as always. Using some organic ketchup, 220 grams of bison, 300 grams of rice. Then all they had at the grocery store was these Grillo's sandwich makers. So all I do to get a little, pickles are great. Obviously these ones are great because there's no yellow 5 in it like other brands like Vlasic. But what I do is just literally pull them apart like this. And the reason I was saying they were great is because there's some sodium in them, right? We need sodium because when we sweat, we lose sodium, potassium, magnesium, and there's no better way to hydrate ourselves than with sodium. So get on the pickles kick, especially Grillo's, they're the best. Bison and rice down, now we are making our supplements. Our applesauce, we got our chomp sticks. I don't know if you ever had chomp sticks, but they're pretty fire. And then I've also been doing colostrum. So Transparent Lab sent me colostrum, bless for sure, but I wanted to try it just because I've heard so many benefits about, they call it liquid gold, right? I didn't really know much about it. I know Armor had a good product, but basically Transparent Labs is like double the dosage of what Armor has. And it's just been incredible for my gut health, my hair health, my skin, my recovery. I've noticed a noticeable difference in like the way I'm going to the bathroom. So it's kind of pricey, but it's definitely worth it, especially when it comes to your health. So been doing the colostrum, and then obviously a lot of the buzz lately has been like more than 5 to 10 grams of creatine. Been split testing with 10 grams of creatine. My creatinine levels are pretty normal. They just fluctuate a lot because I'm training so much, but I know Rory McIlroy said that he does 20 grams a day. Don't really suggest doing that just because if you eat a lot of ground beef or bison or whatever, there's a lot of creatine in that as well. But a lot of people have been asking me, you can split test with 5 to 10 grams of creatine, and as long as your creatinine's not through the roof and you're not feeling like weird, I would say that it's pretty fine to take. And then I've been reading this book, Pay Zero Taxes, legally, obviously, and then this book by Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. So that's kind of what I've been up to in terms of like overall new things in my life. I'm gonna pack our banana, pack our applesauce, and get on a move to session number 2. All right, we just ripped some snatches. We did 75% of my power snatch. We did a power snatch plus a hang snatch, excuse me, a squat snatch. It's regular snatch, I don't even like when they call it squat snatch, but power snatch plus snatch. Worked up to 200 for 3 sets on that complex. Now we're gonna move into some cleans. Try to push something decently heavy, but we'll see what we can do. 285 for 2 going down, let's get it. $305 for 2, let's see it. Failed that second wrap at 305, so the only logical answer is to throw some music in and go for 315 for 2. Watch this. Ended up doing was 285 for 2 sets of 2, clean into a hang clean. Then we did 2 singles at 315, felt super good. Now we got some handstand push-up work, which I'll show you right here. Basically, what we're doing is every 230 for 8 minutes, 8 strict handstand push-ups, then 30-foot dumbbell lunge. Then we go into 8 kipping, and then we go back to 8, then we go to 8 again. So working on some handstand volume, some handstand push-up pressing, and getting the heart rate up a little bit. All right, so we just got done with that piece. We've been doing gymnastics progressions, so handstand push-up progressions, where we build my volume on handstand push-ups. Just added in some lunges and some ski ergs, just kind of get the shoulders more activated. Just because what happens when I'm doing handstand push-ups, especially when I'm under fatigue, I start to occlude and I start to pretty much not be able to use my muscles anymore, right? So we're trying to work systems and build my aerobic base so I can handle a lot more volume at a higher heart rate. Whereas if I just go in there and just blast it, I will explode very quickly. So I'm training very methodically, and it seems very easy what I'm doing, but there's a method to my madness. We're building the base, and then we're just gonna keep bringing it up so I get to the point where I can handle a lot more high heart rate stuff and a lot more volume. So far, so good. Just got back from my zone 2 run with Liz. So we did our Metcon, we did our Olympic lifts, then our Metcon, then our zone 2 work. And now it is about 7:45. And the plan for right now is to go make a meal. And then one of my clients, who's also an absolute dog, Jonathan, is playing for Murray State right now. Catch him on ESPN, they're playing Ole Miss. Absolute savage, gonna watch them. We'll see if they can get to a super regional. And then the next plan is I have a call at 8:45 for just a business opportunity, and then we'll continue to showcase you the rest of my night. So one of the big things that I pride myself on is having systems in place to be able to do everything I do, right? I truly think that most people wouldn't be able to handle all of it mentally and physically because they don't have the system set in place, which is not their fault. They've just not learned the proper ways to format things to make their lives easier, right? I've learned from Atomic Habits, and I've learned from all of my coaches and people I've learned from over the last decade. And the key is to just develop amazing systems that allow you to succeed whether you feel like it or not. I think this is a stigma in training that you always need to feel good. You always have to want to do it. I don't want to go on zone 2 runs. I don't want to do Metcons, but it's my weakness and I want to get better at it. It's what it gets me that pretty much brings me to the point where oh, I'm going to get through it. And there's no better feeling than being done with it. No one wants to set up a camera and set it up, put it down, set it up, put it down, set it up, put it down. But you gotta do it if you want the life worth living, right? And you can't just, everyone, oh, they have the videographer, they got the editor, they got the 40-person team. That doesn't happen. You don't get to Joe Rogan level or whatever level unless you start here. So you need to embrace the grind, and the only way to do that is by following systems that you continue to improve on day in and day out. I say this all the time, you are going to suck ass, but you have to embrace that because sucking ass is good because the only way is up from there, right? So continue to suck ass, and then in 10 years, you're gonna look back and be like, holy shit, I'm so much better than I once was. And then 10 years from that, you're gonna look back on that point and be like, holy shit, I knew nothing. So you continue to follow your systems no matter how you feel, and you dominate and you get better. That's my 2 cents. And I know I like to yap, but it's so important to just discuss this with you guys because I want you to feel and understand how powerful it is when you just believe it and see it so goddamn clearly. So, gonna go outside, make some dinner, and then shower up. So for dinner, we got 2 pieces of steak, a potato, some zucchini, then a salad, and then of course, with the steak, gonna put on some Kerrygold butter. If you guys want butter that's really healthy, doesn't have seed oils in it, then definitely go with Kerrygold, or Nellie's has a really good brand as well. So do that, then literally just put the butter in the potato. So after dinner, we hopped on a sales call with a coaching client, and then we went upstairs, did some work, and we watched Murray State take down Ole Miss, going to the Super Regional next weekend in baseball to go play Duke. So shout out my boy John, absolute stud. And then now we are having 3 pieces of toast with Teddy's PB, blueberries, blackberries, a Greek yogurt, and an Olipop. I literally have this meal every single night. Sometimes I have less bread, sometimes I have more bread depending on my carb goal, but that's basically what we did. And then we also just ripped the Marc Pro. The reason that I do the Marc Pro, it's an EMS device that allows for your body to get electromuscular stimulation to the muscle, and it pretty much signals to your body to activate your lymphatic system, which flushes out toxins from your muscles. It allows you to recover faster. It doesn't seem, in theory, like it would work, but once you do it and you split test it versus not doing it, you're like, holy shit, the difference in soreness is absolutely mind-numbing. So this is definitely a wicked good thing to invest in if you're someone that wants to push performance. and it's just incredible for overall health and longevity. But I know I gave you a lot of information and a lot of talks today, and I'm trying to put out more and more YouTube content, which that will be on the docket, so you see that coming up. As always, gentlemen, I really appreciate everything you guys do, all of your support. You mean the absolute world to me. You've changed my life. So keep doing big things, keep working hard. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.